Hey, Laura, can you hear me? I got the headphones on. I guess I don't. Good. Okay. Uh, Island Life isn't on tonight, so I wanted to see if I can get a few subscribers, rather a few people here. And you see, I got my fish hat on. I'm here in. Uh, I just wanted to see what would happen because the Fishing Dream was just on, and he had like 700 people come into his chat, and I was like, "Holy smokes!" So if I can just get a few of those people in here, maybe I could pump up my watch time, even though I don't need it. But I'm still waiting to get my first check. They said you have to make over $100 and then you get an email. So I'm still waiting to get the email. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I didn't get the email yet, and it seems like it's been 2 months already. I think I got up to it, so they're probably behind a little. That takes a long time. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it. If I'm gonna, I guess they can send it right over to my bank account. Yeah. So today I was out on my bike, and that's good. I'm glad that you are also monetized, Laura. I didn't know you were. Uh, I got a. What was it you were cooking the other day? Was it lasagna? I think, or stuffed peppers or something. So you're here by yourself. Oh yeah, meatballs. Meatballs. Look, I'm wearing my Stingray Steve shirt. Bam. Oh, thanks. Bam. Can you see? There it is. I put new lights. It's really bright in here now. When we came down here, it's fluorescent. We had to keep like flicking the switch. So Laura, I'll send you one of these if you send me your address. It's on my about page. Just go over there and get the email, and I'll send you one. You're one of my best commenters. So we got two people in here. Who's in here? Who's in here besides Laura Bruno? Andrew Hondo. Hi, Andrew. Yeah, we're gonna give you a blue wrench. How you like that? Thanks for coming in, buddy. There's only two moderators in here, so you don't have to do anything. Oh, we just got another person. We just got another person in here. Who's in here? Three people in the chat. I'm gonna have to go to bed soon too. I'm like this vision dream, only my wife is telling me. That's okay, Laura. I'm only gonna. It's 11:26. I'm not gonna stay here long. I just wanted to see if I could grab up some of his watch time. Good to see you. I am good, Steve. Love that list. Oh, you did? Thank you. I didn't catch anything great on that video. We're expecting the fishing to pick up in the harbor. It's going to be cold the next till Monday, I think. They said it's a cold front coming here. It's supposed to be the 60s tomorrow. And I won't be warming up to like Monday. It'll be back in the 80s. And the place I was fishing at, it was real windy today. I'm glad I didn't take my little boat out, but I heard they've been catching some snooks, but it's like really on and off. I I call up my son. He's over there. Uh, but I heard it's been like 40s and up to 50 couple of days too in New York. So we're not coming back for a while. So that's not too bad. uh, we should have brought that horde here. Oh, we got four people. Yeah, I know that was something. I never. He's just a kid too. He's only like 16 years old, and he had like 600 people just jumped in there. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Well, I got plenty of time. Oh, you know what I almost caught today? There was a big black snake. I was I was cutting some branches down, and there was a big black snake sitting there, and I he saw me first, and I went to grab him, but he there was all these branches, and he went so fast he would have bit me anyway. But he was about 4 feet long, 4 or 5 feet long. It was a big black snake, and maybe I'll see him tomorrow. I was gonna say, oh wow, I can make a video. There's a lot of black snakes around here, but I missed him. I almost had him by the tail, but he just got ahead of me. So I like jumped out. I was like running after him. They're so fast. I guess they're black racers. Okay. It's snowing. Where are you? 880. Wow. How did that happen? I don't think anybody, the tree trimmer doesn't get those numbers, does he? It's like 880. And he's not even monetized yet. So that if they stayed on there for like 20 minutes, he should have stayed a little longer. He should have said, "Mom, I'm not going to bed. This is." and that would help his watch time a lot. So hopefully he'll get it up to 4K. Uh, 10 channels rated him. Wow, that's something. I think. Well, I usually don't go live at night, but I think I had one raid so far, and that was like a long time ago. But I usually go live in the daytime when I'm fishing. So, and me and my wife, we go shopping and stuff. So I'm usually not on at night. But I don't know what happened to my channel. I, Andrew, you must be near me. I'm in Michigan. Andrew Hondo. The lakes here is loaded with channel cats and bass and trout and colds. The best here for trout fishing. And the cold's the best here for trout fishing. Yeah. Up in New York, where I used to live, we used to get the Lakers in the springtime because the ice would be still in the middle and they would come close to the shore in the spring. What's up, Michigan? Hey, Mud Digger. Hey, so we got 6 people here. If you don't have, this is my new friend, Michigan Mud Digger. I just got him tonight, and I think he was in the Fishing Dream, right? Is that where I got you? Oh, West Virginia. Oh man, you guys got some big fluke down there, and blackfish. I don't know if you're by the ocean, but I heard they were knocking them dead this year with the togs. You ever go fishing for tog? Steelheads. Oh man, that's a big rainbow, right? That went out to sea. Kicking it with Ben is here. Hey, hello, brother. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I'm in Florida too. Where are you in Florida, Ben? Okay, so fishing truck is saying hello to the mud digger. No, sir, Steve. West Virginia is landlocked. You're thinking of Virginia. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you got to drive pretty far to get to the ocean then, huh? Michigan Bug Digger's saying hello to Trucker. Kicking it with Ben, Mariana. I'm on my phone and that's why it's wiggling. I'm trying to read the chat here. Yes, steelheads are rainbows returning to the river from the big water. Uh, yeah, I've never caught. I caught rainbows, but uh, never caught a steelhead. North of Panama City Beach, kicking with Ben, just north of Panama, and that's in Florida. I'm over here near Charlotte Harbor, Fort Myers. Let's see. For spawning, yes. And then they don't die, I don't think, right? It's okay, yes. Ocean is like 200. Oh, you're 200 miles from the ocean. Okay. I just got to ride my bike about half a mile. I had one up to the shore 2 years ago, and it wrapped around a stick and snapped a line. I had one up What kind of fish was that? Stingray? So we can steelhead fishing. Fishing truck is going for steelhead this weekend. Michigan mud dagger, no. Kicking it with Ben changed his mind about what he was saying. I go to Port Charlotte to deliver boar's heads. Oh, okay. I'm near you know where the Fisherman's Pier is? I'm near there. I was born in Melbourne, Florida. That was Steve. And I fished the Indian River as a kid. Cool. I'm in the Panhandle. Okay, so you're north of me. I'm Southwest Florida, but I go back to New York. We're gonna go in June, and I'm gonna be fishing in Long Island Sound and in Long Island. But yeah, Alabama, Georgia, Florida line. Kicking it with Ben is Alabama, Georgia, Florida line. So you got some big, nice deer over there, right in that area. I'm headed to New York in April for some ancestry research. Okay. April, I'll still be down here. Oh, you do? Yeah, Brooklyn is a lot of traffic. We call it, yes, we call it, I live in Westchester, Westchester County, Oswego. Yeah, I used to be a correction officer in Ulster County. I'm retired from correction. Now, if I fished here in West Virginia in the rivers instead of the lakes, I can catch brown trout, brook trout, and spotted trout, wild trout. But most of the lakes here have farm trout. Okay, the brookies are the natives in New York. That's the only native trout in New York. And I once knew this spot. I don't know if you ever heard of Claryville. They got some cold brooks running through there and a lot of trees down. And we used to go right between the trees with just a worm. And we used to get brookies like that big brookies. Oh, and the colors on them, they're beautiful fish. And the males, they look like little steelheads. They got the hook, the gap in the mouth like that. When they get big, no way, my ancestors lived in Westchester. Oh, that's where I'm from. I'm from Yonkers. So you're from Westchester, Michigan, Mud Digger? 1840s. Oh, wow. My my ancestors came here in the 20s. Like here was a wild brook trout was 6 pounds in the Cold River. Wow, that's a big brook trout. I don't think mine was that big. That's like as big as they get, right? I love this channel. Hey, thanks, Kiki. And I try to do whatever I like. There's all kinds of stuff that I do. I started doing reactions. We were thinking about doing some reviews, like from different supermarkets and stuff like that, and going over the products. Uh, I've been eating healthy for like 10 years now. Oh, yeah. I retired young. I was only 58. I worked for the state Department of Corrections. Have you ever fished with rattle trap? No, he's over by Orlando. It's like a 3, 4 hour ride. If he wants to meet me halfway one day, we can do that. I was lucky to get in with 6 pound test and my micro rod. I got released. Some else could catch him again. Oh, that's nice. You ever see the the meat on a brook trout is like pink. 54. My grandpa retired in 54 in 19, at 54 in 1990. Cool. Yeah, I know friends of mine, they started a little bit earlier and they were able to retire too. Well, now they changed it, but we only had to work 25 years as a correction officer. And then we get a 50% for life, plus we get the cost of living. He's been retired longer than he worked. I have fished on the Swanee River. I didn't spell it right. I'm dreaming of a Swanee River. Dun, 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 dun. And then, who wrote that song? Ed Norton. I don't know if you remember that, but he was on the $1 Million Question, and Ed was playing Swanee River in the beginning of every one of his. He said, "I got to warm up," and then the million wasn't a million; it was like the $10,000 question, and they asked him. They played that song, and he was like, "Humna, humna, humna." Hold on, there's some big bass. Yes, Orange Lake. There's a couple of ponds around here, and I've been throwing some bait in there, and I haven't caught any freshwater fish down here yet, but I'm mostly salt water. But up in New York, I used to get a lot of bass, a lot of trout. I used to use spinners in the streams. I caught an 8 pound bass by Disney Creeks when I was a kid by the road before you get to the theme park. Bluegills. I caught some bluegills in New York last summer. Uh, you know how I used to get bass? I used to get my John boat and I used to go slow and I used to drag a, a rubber worm with the Texas style with the hook in the hook in the worm, and with one slip shot, and I used to just drag it over the lily pads, and man, I got some big bass like that. I used we used to go to Honk Lake. I don't know, it's near the Round Out Reservoir. I got all kinds of big fish in there. 4 people left. Beside, oh, that's yellow perch is better than shrimp. If you ask me, yellow perch is one of the best eaten fish there is. Smelts. Okay. What do you what do you do with them? Pickle them or something? Isn't that like a herring? S- Yeah, perch. I don't get too many walleyes. There's some big fish. Uh, they was started stocking them in the Wallkill River up in Ulster County near New Paltz, but I don't know how it went. But most of the walleye were further north, so uh, you weren't allowed to catch them the first few years. I don't. It's been a while, so maybe they're there now. But deep fry smelt, so good. Okay, are they bony? 3 people. What's going on? I caught 2 huge bass in Lake Washington. my hometown in Melbourne with them. They're not bony, okay. With a prime, I caught 28 and a 7 pound bass out on the lake. Uh, do you mostly fish here there? No, I got a little 8 foot dinghy. I'll be taking it out next week. And I got like a 3 horse. Oh, really? Bones are soft and edible. Uh, we get shad sometimes, but I think now you're not allowed to keep them anymore. We used to go to the Delaware River. I haven't done that in a while. Like a sardine. Smelt are about to run too. Mm. So what do you use? A little hooks on a weight and like 5 hooks, because that's how get the we get herring in December. We get herring like that. Trucker we catch down there, ice in Higgins Lake, dip net. Oh, uh, we get herring in the Long Island Sound, and just ice the way otherwise dip net them. I see. The Stick Marsh in Palm Bay has huge bass in it. My cousin there got an 11 pound bass out of there. Last year I got crappies there as a kid. I basically grew up in Houghton Lake. I haven't caught a lot of crappies, but I I used to go to this pond. It was a spring fed pond and used to have crappies in it, but it's been a long time. Michigan mud digger, trucker. I live in Midland. Okay. I grew up in Lansing in GR now. I don't know where GR is. Grand Rapids. Okay. Grand Rapids. Okay, I'm mostly an East Coast guy. I don't know too much. Once you get Michigan lingo. Okay. I tell you, there's a lot of dudes down here in Florida from Michigan and Ohio and Canada. You can catch some huge crappie in Florida, Stanford Lake or China Moon Lake. I don't think that's near me. Yeah, I'm a snowbird. Can't you tell by my accent? I feel like staying down here, believe me. Five, five people. 3 thumbs up. Can I get 2 thumbs up? Let's, I might even give you a shirt one day. I always said the geese come back and blue hairs flow. Oh, they don't leave in New York. We got them all year long. You can meet more people from Michigan and Florida than you can. That's true. To say to you, the lakes I fished in there as a kid, Steve, I had luck at. The biggest fish I ever, well, not really. The biggest fish I ever caught was a sawfish. But when I was a kid, I caught a big striped bass. It was over 25 pounds. It was about 30 pounds, I guess. Wouldn't be caught dead in Ohio. See, I don't know. You can tell each other apart. And then I caught big bluefish. That's true, mud digger. You guys are talking about this middle of the country stuff, the Bible Belt. I read the Bible. I cling to my gun. Michigan Mud Dick is laughing. I got my 5 thumbs up. All right. This is hilarious. Michigan isn't the Bible. That's Tennessee. Tennessee is the Bible. Okay. Do you know what a Michigan is? The Rust Belt. Is that because you make cars or something? Yiddish, you know. You crazy Michiganers from Michigan? You can catch huge redfish and snook bass inlet at the Cap of Melbourne. When I lived in the Keys, we catch bonefish and permits in Sugarloaf Flats. Uh, I caught a big redfish like 3 or 4 years ago, and I think it was just within the size. If it's over like 27 inches, you got to release it. If it's under some 18 inches, you got to release it. So it has to be like in the middle. It's like you can't take them if they're too big, and you can't take them if they're too small. It's crazy. And now you can't take them at all because we had the red tide. And the same thing with the snooks is the rust belt. You got a lot of sea trout there? Yeah. Not yet, but they're not in the harbor yet. Once the bait fish start coming in here, we're going to be getting them. I heard that a few people are getting them, but you're not allowed to keep them. I took a video last year. I caught one about 4.5 pounds or something like that. It was a nice fish. I ate it. It was like 2 years ago. Yeah. Oh yeah, the thing. I got it on a I caught it on a dead shrimp, and I had a little hook like that. And the only reason why I landed them is because I beached them. I would have never been able to pull them in off a pier. I caught them off the shore. And when a flounder are good eating, always cut huge ones in the inlet with red grouper. Okay, we call those flounder with the big mouths. We call those fluke because we have winter flounder up in New York. Uh, they got to be 19 inches in New York. And last year, every flounder, every fluke I caught was like 18 inches. It was terrible last year. And they're delicious. Fishing with shrimp, you can catch anything. Yes. Yes. Including a cobia, which is what I will be going for soon. They have not restricted the cobias. And I would like to catch them off my boat, my little boat, because that when I get them off the pier, half of the time they wrap around the pilings under the pier and I lose them. And it's really hard to pull them out of the water because they weigh a lot and they're strong fish. Greatest fight, one of the greatest fighting fishes there is, a big cobia. 3 people. We also have some, my great grandma stuffed and baked the flatfish for me once. We caught in a lake on a crab trip. A flatfish? You mean a flounder in a lake? They're not supposed to be in there. Hey, Jerry Atkin just came in waving a hand, guys. If you don't have Jerry Acklin, I'm sorry, Jerry. He's one of my moderators, and we do have three people in here. Michigan Mud Digger, Jerry Acklin is here. And most of the people that come in my chat are fishermen. There's a black salmon. I don't think so. Cobia is like, I don't know what it is. It looks like a shark. It's black with a stripe down the side, and they're like a deep sea fish, but they come into the harbors and they just looking for anything they could swallow. They have really big bones. So they like you just slice them up and you can make steaks out of them. They're really it's delicious. You can catch sheep's head, black drum on crab, filter of blues. There's a lot of. I was at the beach 2 days ago. And there's a lot of fish swimming around the piers, but they're not taking a bait. They're just looking at it. It's crazy. These mostly snooks. They're so used to people putting shrimps in front of them, they don't go after them. Flat shovel is what the wood ponds. Catch sheep's head and black drum on crab, fiddler, or blue. Use a flat shovel and scrape the barnacles off the wood ponds and chum. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I think you treat stingrays like we treat suckers. Waste of bait. I've caught suckers, the red-tailed suckers, and in the spring I see them in the streams in New York. Sometimes it was like, oh, I heard that when the water's really cold, that's you can eat them. Like in early spring, they're supposed to be the only time you could eat a sucker, but. Right. Once they get the water warms up, they got a lot of little worms in their meat. But I heard you can eat them. Uh, I remember once my dad, when we first started fishing, I was a little kid. He caught a big carp, and we cooked it, and it was like little bones everywhere. Ugh, I'll never eat a carp again. We catch hundreds of yellow suckers and bribe them and smoke them. Oh yeah, that'd probably be good and smoked. Brine them. You bribe them. Come over here. I bribe a bus, a bus. Ralph Cramden. He drives a bus when he gets nervous. He bribes a bus. Hey, Miss. With trout spawning at the same time. I got huge sheep's heads that way, Steve, and spades, and sometimes ladyfish. Oh yeah, the ladyfish. I caught it. That's poor man's tarpon. You didn't eat that, right? I had a big one like last year, and it was like I got it on one of my videos. It was big ladyfish, and I froze it and used it for bait. Who's- Who can't, folks who can eat suckers, or Have you ever caught a sand fleas on the beach? Yes. Best bait uh, at Jones Beach. The water's infested with them, and we got sea robins that are like 17, 18. I caught a sea robin like 19 inches long, and they eat so many sand fleas that they're like mouth is full. They can't even swallow them anymore. There's so many sand fleas at Jones Beach. I mean, but usually that's what I'm trying to get is one of those the ones that electric shock you, a celestial fish. What I forget what they call them, but I haven't caught one of them yet. When you're white, yes, a sucker would be very disappointing. I heard that people use them for muskies. They use them for bait, muskellunge. Wait, I would ever eat a lady. Yeah, no, I wouldn't eat a lady. It's like eating a tarpon. They're the same family, I heard. But ladyfish I caught, they take lures, they eat fish. I mean, they don't have a mouth with teeth or nothing, but they eat stuff. So I would want to catch a sucker white. Yeah, I've caught a lot of suckers too. Ice fishing, we left them to the gulls. Yeah, I see guys bow and arrow fishing for carp, and they left them on the shore for the coyotes or whatever. Sucker minnows, right, for bait. I would always catch big whiting and huge blue runners and pompano on the beach with sand fleas. Okay, we call, you're talking about southern kingfish, right? When you're saying whiting, we pike fish with 1 pound suckers. Wow. See, all we got is pickerel in Ulster County, New York. All we have is pickerel in the swamps. But those things are mean too. Eating a ladyfish would be like eating jack yuck. Oh yeah, jack. I tried to eat one of those and it was bloody. Just I know what you're talking about. Pike are 4 feet in lake. Yeah, carp are great fertilizer. Yeah, and there's a lot of them, and they make the water just like goldfish and kingfish, Florida. I know you call them whiting because that's what I thought they were. And then I seen guys up in New York. They catch them in the summertime, and they're like, "That's a kingfish." I say, "No, it's a whiting." Down south, we call them whiting. So it looks like the same exact fish. So I would say it's. I just said southern kingfish. My grandpa said they ate a lot of carp during the years after the Depression. Well, the Jewish people make the gefilte fish out of carp, and also I guess they're like fish meatballs, gefilte fish, and that's the only race of people that I know that like eat carp. But to me, it's a dirty fish because it's always I see them. They survive in the dirtiest water in the Bronx River. There's tons of them, and they also intermingle with like koi's that people let go. So I seen a big carp that was like big scales on it with orange colors and half koi. Have you have to bleed jack before you can eat them. A lot of Boy, this boy would smoke king size mullet. I tried once, it was great. Yeah, there was a guy net fishing last year, and I seen him the other day, but every time I bring my net out, they're not there. But there was like a million mullet, and he got a big net full of them. And I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm gonna smoke them." And I said, could I have a couple for bait?" And he said, "Sure." He gave me like two nice ones, and I used them for bait. But I've seen them just the other day. The dolphins were eating them. I'm out this man. I hunt fish and such, Steve. I do it all when I can. Amen, brother. Um, I stopped hunting now because I got a huge 8 pounder, 8 pounder, 8 pointer, uh, right after I retired, and it almost killed me dragging it out of the woods. And nobody invites me to their hunting grounds anymore, and I have to go up there by myself. I used to live up there, so now I have to drive 2 hours, and I got to go on state land with these people running around. I'm not. I used to wear camo. I used to hunt on state property, and now they changed the rules. They don't let us. They don't let the me hunt on prison grounds anymore. None of the officers get. We had like hundreds of acres, but for the prison, and they had a cattle farm, and they got rid of the farm too. And we used to just go out on the field, and then afterwards we'd drive up and get them. Yeah, yep, finger mullets. Got like $4 a bag here, frozen. So a grunt. I like the whitings for bait. I if you get one small, about like that big, you could make a few slices on the side, and let it, and hook it and use it live. Um, we got a lot of huge, uh, good cut bait, huge gars around here. So needle, long nose gars, not the alligators. There's really big gars, and I got videos of the gars on my channel. You could see how big they are. Last year I got one that was about, oh, I don't know, he was like this fat. And I gave one away to somebody and they ate it. I've never tried gar, but if I was going to eat one, I wouldn't want to eat a big dinosaur like that. Maybe a small one. Get back to work. I'll see you around. Okay. Thanks for stopping in, Michigan Mud Digger. Uh, oh, yeah. Backtop sales. I got a video. I got a video. I caught one about 5 pounds. And then I got another one. It's in my, I got like 500 videos, but just go to my channel and search backtop sales or sailfin cat, and you'll see I caught two giant ones off the pier, and we get a lot of them over here. I haven't caught one yet. I, I caught some hardheads last week, like 4 in a row. Won't be long, they'll be in the harbor. King salmon, 37 and a half pounds. That was 14. Wow. I'll do both, fresh or salt. I've seen some 7 foot gator guards in Ocala, Florida, in the river back there. I've never seen an alligator gar uh, over here in Charlotte Harbor, but we have sawfish, and we also have the long-nosed gars, and there's some real big gars, and one of the sawfish we had was over 10 feet, and if you go to my, they weren't really good quality videos because I was using a crummy phone, and they're only the narrow videos. But if you go to my channel, and I got a sawfish, I've got like 6 or 7 sawfish videos, and if you've never seen a sawfish, there's some crazy looking fish, and if I don't know if anybody knows, but they're actually stingrays because they've got the gill slits underneath like a stingray. The sharks have them on the side, so they're considered stingrays. Silver Springs area. Okay, so we've been on, we're not going to get the 500 people in here. Like my, my little friend there, Fish and Dream. I can't believe it. What happened to get all those people in there tonight? It was cool. I'm playing around with my phone here. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Okay, so me and my brother bass fish in Campton, Ocala, in the Ocala River. There was huge bass and crappie in that river. Uh, isn't that near like the pineapple? They have all that fertilizer in there from the pineapple. I heard they were going to start cleaning that up because the Collahatchie River goes through Fort Myers, and they said they were going to clean that. It's supposed to be polluted, but over here I'm by the Peace River, and that's supposed to be clean. Caloosahatchee or something like that goes through Fort Myers. And a Stingray Steve trip on my bucket list. Cool, man. You can meet me in New York or you can meet me in Florida. And we'll do a, let me see how many, could I go to your channel? Put it in time out. No, I don't know. I was going to check out your channel, but I'm using my phone. Maybe we'll go on a party boat somewhere. In New York, they have a lot of party boats that go out. Right near my house, they got one that goes out every day. I think it's like $60. And they go for bluefish every night, every day, every morning, but a couple of times at night. Oh, is that not the same river? It was pretty. It feeds into Silver Springs, one of the cleanest rivers. Oh, okay. See, I know the Caloosahatchee is supposed to be polluted, but I heard they were going to clean it up soon, so that's good. Thanks for straightening that up, Andrew. And we got another I have some local park videos. I'm gonna have to check it out, Grand River. But mostly I feed my bearded dragon. Oh, you have a bearded dragon. How big is he? in chat. So you have it on your shoulder. That's a lizard, right? I think it is. About 2 feet. Koala River is the state park. Look it up, Steve. Fantastic place to fish and camp in Florida. And that's okay. I'll look it up. He loves lettuce and bugs. So I guess I have a sulcata. And today, I've been feeding him like grass from my yard and cucumbers. So today I said, I got some broccoli from Whole Foods. It's on sale. And I stuck a big head of broccoli, one big chunk. And he was chowing down. He almost ate the whole thing. And he's only about like that big. And so now I know what to feed him. He likes broccoli. Does your bearded dragon like broccoli? Maybe you should try it out. But I know my sulcata does. I got like all those little lizards running around, and a couple of geckos I've seen. The I've never seen a iguana on my property. I've seen them down by the water where I'm fishing. I see iguanas, and I see these little ones. I don't know if they're the same baby iguanas. I don't think they are. I think they're um, those. I forget what they call them, but they're bigger than the small lizards. So we got those little lizards that run around that the snakes eat, and we got some geckos, small geckos, and I got a lot of snakes, black snakes I see all the time. I had one rattler here, got run over in front of my house, and we had an alligator here a couple of years ago. There was an alligator in my yard. I wasn't here. My neighbors sent me some pictures. They came and got him. There was like a big puddle under my driveway, the pipe where the water goes through. And he was in they had to go in there with a stick and pull him out. It's my religion. I'm not in the house. Not even for the lizard. Okay. But there's a huge gator though in the river. Steve, I'm huge. I think I saw one today, but I don't know. He was like swishing the water, and then I don't know where he went. I was going to make a video, but I'm going to find a gator soon. Every time I go looking for him, I'm live. Steve's is going live and looking for gators, and I haven't seen one yet this year. Last year they were just popping up everywhere. Kid I ever seen in my life was in the river. It was like wow, that's a big gator. You sure it wasn't a crocodile? Somebody let go to a caiman. When we were kids, they used to sell caimans in Woolworths. The biggest man eater is a snapping turtle. Yeah, where you live. I've never seen one of them alligators, snappers, but they got a little thing on their tongue. Looks like a fish or something, a worm. Yeah, we in the Bronx River there was some big snappers. I pulled one out 2 years ago, and I made a video, and all these people were jogging, and they were like, "Oh, what are you gonna do with the poor turtle?" And I was like, "I'm making a video." And, don't bother them. I said, "Lady, you want to hold them?" They were they thought I was like gonna take them home and eat them or something. Just don't get eaten by the gator when you film. You know, I know. 2 years ago, I snuck up on one. She had the nest, and the babies were already hatched, and they were all like, they sounded like little birds tweeting. And I was like real close looking at the babies, and she was looking at me the whole time, but nothing happened. It was the best soup. Having different. Yeah, I heard that. Uh, I don't know. I pull a snapper out of the swamp a few years ago, and it as soon as the sun hit his neck and it started drying, it was like worms coming out of him, and that thing was nasty, man. I ain't eating that thing. I knew an Indian guy used to eat squirrels and snappers, but he used to run around in the woods with feathers on. It was like his name was like Redfoot or something. And then last time I saw him, he was wearing a suit and he had short hair. When I knew him, he used to have the Indian stuff. So I don't know if he was. Yeah, they eat a lot of ducks and geese. You need bolt cutters to clean a snapper and bite and swallow 3 days. I know. I know. It's something tough little. We have a lot of common snappers. YouTube, huge alligator snapper, 100 pounds. Wow. Um, I don't know. Once I brought one home, I don't know why. I put it in the back of my. I just wanted to show my wife, and she's like, "Let that thing go." I was like, "Oh, I just wanted to show it to you." Right? So he got loose. So I was trying to, and there was like a fence, and he had his head through the fence, and he had big hands, big claws. He was holding on to the fence like this, and I was trying to get him out of there so I could put him in my pickup truck. That thing was strong. He was like holding on to the fence. I was like, this thing is strong. Yeah. And then I finally got him loose, and then I brought him and let him go. I put him in my boat. My wife looks out the window and says, "What's that thing in a boat?" She said, "Don't bring those things home anymore." I said, "Okay. I just wanted to show it to you." Uh, and then another time I'm rowing, and I see a big shell like this floating on the water, and I said, "Oh man, it's a dead snapper." And so I went over there with my paddle, and I tapped it. Thing just came alive. It was just floating there like this. So I tapped it with my paddle, and the thing was like, "What the heck?" And it got mad at me. It wasn't dead. We have a lot of them common snappers. I don't even think you're allowed in New York. Anything that's a native, you're not allowed to keep as a pet. So that's like a native turtle. But I remember I used to find little baby ones. They used to be real cool. Snappers climb up ponds on docks, and I see them. They're always crossing the street when in the summer looking for new water. They go. In the summer, a lot of them get run over on the highways because in the spring, as soon as it warms up, I guess they look for a new spot or to lay their eggs somewhere different or something. But I see a lot of them get hit by cars. A lot of turtles are walking around in the spring. I've seen snappers climb up. Well, they're strong. They can do that. I told you that one I had was like holding on to the fence, and I was like trying to pull him off of there, but he's strong. I wouldn't want to get bit by one of them things. Okay, guys, I'm going to close it up here. I really appreciate you guys stopping in tonight. And thanks, Andrew. And I don't know if I'm going to be fishing tomorrow. It's supposed to be colder, but we'll see. We'll see how the weather is. But who knows what I'll run into. There's always something to make a video about. As you can see, I have like 500 videos already. Okay, guys, take care.